Welcome back to Latin Nation. Cuban-American Danny Pino is the most recent actor to join the ranks of detectives on NBC's Law & Order SVU. Not an easy task to pull off, as Danny takes up where a few TV veterans left off. Veterans who developed quite a following for over a decade before he arrived. However, a few minutes with him and you'll see why this charismatic leading man is winning over any skeptics. Check this out.
Brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state.
You brought Frank Patterson back?
Yeah, and he lost it at the van. I recognize the signs.
Of a thug who doesn't want to do the time, or?
Of a soldier with PTSD.
My brother being a detective is invaluable to me. I mean, there have been several times where I read a script and I give him a call and I say, hey man, how would you approach this situation?
Luckily, Danny Pino is a fast learner. Already a veteran of the procedural detective genre, Danny's case-cracking experience in the hit crime series Cold Case made him the ideal man to reinvigorate the team of detectives behind one of the genre's most important and longest-running shows.
I don't know what he did, what he saw. My gut, we don't have his whole story.
SVU, I think it was 12 seasons and they were going into their 13th. And Chris Maloney, veteran who'd been on the show since the beginning, decided that he wanted to move on. And they were gonna look for a replacement, so they gave me a call.
Pale face, hip-hop shirt, that's the kid Frank remembers seeing start the mob.
It was difficult to join a show that had its own identity for 12 seasons prior to me coming on, but the cast and the crew that remained were incredibly welcoming and wanted us to be a part of the team and wanted us to take the baton and run with it in our way, not in anybody else's way, but in our way.
His PTSD was triggered by the pyrotechnics. His vision tunneled down. He thought Gabby was a wounded soldier. Once we talked it through, his memory came back.
That's not how Gabby remembers it.
I'd watched all kinds of shows growing up. ER, NYPD Blue, LA Law, Law & Order, you know, the mothership we would watch. So yeah, I could access procedural cop drama, but you know, when you're watching it, it doesn't sink in personally. I mean, growing up in Miami, all these, you know, well, Miami Vice was definitely one of them that I would check out, but I wasn't dressing in like pastels and driving a Ferrari, you know what I mean? So it was a little bit removed from me. But now, I feel, you know, a very strong connection to the reality of being a police officer.
Where are we on the other suspects in custody?
2 gropers would fold on a lesser charge. The original 3, nose ring, full hawk, tattoo, holding.
Well, probably because they started it. I mean, listen, Gabby remembers being at the club, but she's a little fuzzy on whether they were part of the attack.
Line them up, see if it triggers anything else in her memory. Maybe it'll scare the rest of them into confessing.
I was on a show called Cold Case before this, and I played a cop. And so I was a little hesitant about going back into a procedural drama, seeing that I had done 7 years of that. But I felt this wasn't just any procedural drama. Law & Order as a franchise has such history with actors and characters. I felt that for several reasons, SVU was a great challenge, and Nick Amaro specifically would be interesting to play.
With time, fans of the show would also come to find the character of Detective Nick Amaro not only interesting, but indicative of the new direction the landmark show is taking.
Recently, somebody came up to me and was like, you know what, I didn't want to like you because I came in new and, you know, they were one of the old guard that wanted things to stay the same. But I think Amaro's an interesting character and I think you're doing a good job. And for me, that, you know, it does feel like you're not doing your work in a vacuum. You know, that there are people out there who are paying attention and enjoying it.